Hey ladies, so today we're going to talk about how the Enlightenment spread through Europe. The number one way that Enlightenment spread was through the salons, and we've talked about them already when I was introducing the unit to you. The high class people in France especially would meet in the homes of the wealthy and discuss ideas, and this is really how the Enlightenment spread. It's very interesting. And remember, next class, we are going to host a salon where you will play the role of one of these Enlightenment thinkers and discuss the ideas of the time. So, Marie-Thérèse Guillotine was the most influential hostess of salons of all time. So if you were the hippest and happiest and most important, you would want to go to her salon. So go to her living room, drink her tea in your finest clothing, okay? She is well known for having these parties, but she's also really known for funding Denis Diderot's encyclopedia. And what was that? It was a collection of Enlightenment ideas written by the top thinkers of the time. You've heard of encyclopedias. Well, it's very similar in nature. Okay, so in that time, not only were they spreading ideas by discussing them, but things changed. Architecture changed. It went from the Baroque architecture style, which is like the Palace of Versailles. It was very ornate, gold, mirrors, statues everywhere, to something called neoclassical. Neoclassical style you have seen every time you go to Washington, D.C. The Capitol building in the United States is the neoclassical style. Those very straight lines and rotundas, looking back to the architectural style of Greece and Rome. So that's another thing that changed. Now the third thing that changed, which is really interesting, of course, to us, is music, because we all love music. The song you heard when I was coming in was called Rock Me Amadeus. Well, it pays tribute to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, okay? The three big composers of that time, Beethoven, Haydn, and Mozart, okay? This is when modern classical music came into style. Prior to this, the classical music style was really loud organ music and heavy, heavy music. This classical style was lighter, more joyful, etc., etc. So those are things that you would know about. Okay, one more thing to talk about. The Enlightenment influenced government, obviously, because a lot of the thinking and a lot of the talk was about politics. Voltaire and other Enlightenment thinkers believed that the best form of government was the monarchy, but the monarchy that listened to the will of the people. That's called an enlightened despot. A despot is an absolute monarch, an absolute ruler. So that was the thinking, and there were two of the most famous enlightened despots of history are Frederick the Great of Prussia and Catherine the Great of Russia. Catherine the Great of Russia, she was married to a man who was found to be mentally unstable. Some people thought that that was a coup, that's how she forced him out. But she became this monarch who changed Russia. She was listened to the will of the people. She grew Russia. She's also known for many scandals, which I won't share with you, but you might want to look those up. Pretty wild stuff. Well, that's all I have for you for today. Now, today I want you to go and listen to some of this music and think about how it makes you feel, how you think this new style of classical music. And you're going to read a little bit more about salons, and your homework is preparing your character and the issues for next class, when that's how we're going to spend our class period. So happy Thanksgiving, enjoy yourself, get yourself in the character of the French salon, and I will see you then.
Something like this.